Paul, let's say that I've chosen you as my architect and we're about to have our first meeting together. What should I bring to the meeting to make sure it's productive and not just chit-chat and a waste of time? What do I bring to make sure you get a great start to the project?
So I can say that all the projects I've done over the last 30 years, no two clients are the same. It's just a personality, you know, it's human nature. Everybody's different, and the information they bring is different. So some people want to come along and just have a brief chat about it, and I don't want to put anything into your head, so I want you to design it and see what you come up with. Some people come with a lot of information. Some people come with sketches. I can categorize my clients into the jobs they do, right? So there are some people that think graphically and they want to come with a sketch. That's all fine. My first question is, how weighted are you that sketch? Most people say, it's just how I think. I've got to draw it. I've got to draw it. That's how I think, and I want you to take it from there. Some people come with lots of scrapbooks, or now Pinterest pages with lots of images of what they've seen, or lists of houses they've seen, or other images of houses they've seen. Some people come with some samples of tiles I like, or colours they like, things like that. That's all great. The more information, the better. But the reality is we work through that process. I'll work through that with you, what I call collecting a brief with you. And I've got some like standard questionnaires we'll talk through. But the information ultimately I want to know is who's going to live in the house. How long are you going to live in the house? Is this a development you're going to sell in 2 years' time, or are you going to live there for 30 years? Are there children? Will the children be growing up, and then will it be an empty nester? Will you be living on your own after 10 years when the children have moved out? How do you live in the house? You know, do you live outside? Is the garden important to you? How do you entertain? Do you entertain formally with formal dinner parties, or are there barbecues outside in the garden? And I like to get to know you and the children and the pets. Are there pets in the house? And do we need to build in a dog door? Yeah. It's all those things. But ultimately, what information you bring to me, we will ultimately work through as a process to have enough information to build the house that you want. The other information that I need ultimately is some information on the site. So I need, ultimately I'll need a level survey of the site. I like to go and do an analysis of the site myself. So, pretty quickly we'll all go out to the site together and walk around and wave our arms around and talk about the site. You've been there yourself, obviously. Is there a great view? Is there a tree that you want to capture? Those kind of things. There's a lot of information. The more information we have, the better the process is.
And so if I come to you with, say, some pictures or addresses of other houses I've seen around that I like, is that something that's helpful? Or?
No, it's very helpful. I think by now you probably would have seen the work that I've done, and so you're probably familiar with that. And so generally what I find is, stylistically we're on this. If we've got this far, we're on the same page. But I like to know what you like. So if there's particular houses that you like, are the ones nearby that we can see, or in books or in magazines, or even details or materials. So I'll give you a really good example. I had some clients come to me and they said, we want a Moroccan house. And I said, what does a Moroccan mean in Perth? And they had some great images of their travels to Morocco and North Africa and Turkey. And they said, we like the thick walls and the filtered light and the courtyards. And I went, yeah, I got it. That's appropriate for our climate. It's climate appropriate, and that would work in Perth. So that's the house that we designed them. And it had some lovely screens to filter the light. It was built around courtyards. The walls were 500 thick, made of stone, and it was still appropriate for Perth, but it answered their brief in that we want a Moroccan house.
Yeah, great. What if I, selected you as my architect because I like that you've got a small office and I know you're going to pay attention to me, and I like your drawings and I know you'll do the right thing, but we don't exactly see eye to eye stylistically. Can we still work together, or should we still work together?
I think that would have probably sorted itself out I haven't had too many examples when you get that far and you say we can't work together from here on. I think that sorts itself out before you even selected me. But I'm, in the example I just gave of the Moroccan house, I'm open to new things.
Yeah.
And we can work through it together. What does that mean? So I didn't design them a house straight from Morocco. We designed a house for that site in Perth, but with all the, we got down to the nitty gritty of what they meant by, by a Moroccan house.